On behalf of everyone here at PittPharmacy, I welcome you today to the Dr. Gordon J. Van Scoy White Coat Ceremony. It is our celebration of professionalism. I am the Dean of the School of Pharmacy, and my name is Patricia Kroboth. Let's start our ceremony now with the alma mater. Good afternoon. Welcome to the class of 2024, to families and friends, to alumni, including Dr. Gordon J. Van Scoy and his wife, Beth Ann, and to the faculty and staff. The question is, why do we do a white coat ceremony? We're doing this ceremony as a celebration of you, the students, becoming a professional. We're doing it as a celebration of your accomplishments so far, and to make the experience of receiving a white coat memorable. The coat you will wear identifies you as a member of our pharmacy profession. You have been on your journey towards becoming a pharmacist for a long time, taking prerequisite courses, applying to PittPharmacy, and starting this term. Your journey as a professional and becoming an expert will go on for years. So today's white coat ceremony is a celebration that we hope will be a wonderful memory. It is a milestone. Perhaps today is analogous to a wedding, which marks a point in time in the development of a years-long relationship, meaning multiple years-long relationship between two people. You are at a milestone on your continuing journey as a professional. To the class. You will remember that I told you that my course, The Emerging Professional, was the most interesting in the curriculum because it was all about you. Well, today is no different. It's all about you and the journeys that you are each on. Enjoy that spotlight. The image behind me today is the colorful mural by the late Virgil Cantini, former chair of the Pitt Studio Arts Department. The mural is located in the PittPharmacy Commons between Salk Hall and Salk Pavilion. I chose the background to indicate that I look forward to being with you, the class of 2024, when you gather for the first time in person as a class, and where you will see this mural on your way into our newly renovated Salk Hall, which will be our home, every time you enter. I know that every one of you in the class of 2024 has been waiting for this day. Stop and think of what you've experienced just this term. You started knowing only a few people, met classmates, elected officers. You joined organizations, passed biochem, anatomy and physiology, and interacted with patient actors, the simulated patients. And through it all, you showed that you really are emerging as professionals. As a class, you learned that your thoughts become your words become your actions. I know you can all recite it with me, right? Your actions become your habits become your character, and your character becomes your destiny. And you learned that you can interrupt that cycle at any time and choose a path to a different character and destiny by choosing different thoughts and by breaking habits, or by choosing new thoughts. And what you have done is you have been working towards becoming professional and developing all of those professional habits. You learned the words that empower yourselves and others. You've learned to be proactive rather than reactive. And You learned the power pose. You learned to choose your attitude, and it is my hope that you will continue to choose to be proactive and that you will choose to be exceptional every day. Remember that. Choose to be exceptional every day. I know that this term, you each developed a professional resume, and in my class, you wrote 4 different essays. As a class, I can tell you and the families that you are terrific writers. More important than that is that your essays showed that you are thoughtful and committed, and you are authentically striving to find your niche where you will be able to use your talents, your strengths, and be able to have the biggest possible impact. In other words, you are personalizing your education. Notably, though, your class is historic. Other classes have done many of the things that I mentioned. No other P1 class in history has had the experiences during a term like the ones that you have had. You learned, worked in groups, and participated in student organizations in ways that no others have. You did most of it remotely. You have other firsts as well. You are the first class to have the opportunity, the first P1 class to have the opportunity to become licensed immunizers and work in mass vaccination clinics. You're the first P1 class to personalize your pledge of professionalism, which we will soon hear. You make me proud to be your dean. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I formally and publicly congratulate you, the historic class of 2024, on emerging as professionals and earning your white coats. I now divert the focus from you for just a short while to introduce Dr. Gordon J. Van Scoy. As you might see in the program, the program indicates that I am the Dr. Gordon J. Van Scoy Distinguished Service Professor. The reason for that title is that Dr. and Mrs. Van Scoy made an extremely generous gift to endow that position. He and his wife have also chosen to focus on you as young professionals with gifts of white coats. So who is Dr. Van Scoy? What's the story behind the name? Dr. Van Scoy started out like you as a student, and as a matter of fact, he was a student here at PittPharmacy in one of my classes. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy and then received a Master's of Business Administration from Pitt. He then went on to earn his PharmD in residency at Duquesne University and Mercy Hospital, and he also accomplished a residency. Now, with more than 3 decades of executive experience creating and developing successful medical and pharmaceutical businesses, Dr. Van Scoy is a leader in the healthcare industry and just months ago received the 2020 Ernst & Young National Entrepreneur of the Year Award. What an incredible accomplishment. We should all be proud that he is in our midst and that he is with us today. He is the founding chairman and CEO of Rare Med Solutions, the nation's leader in rare disease and orphan drug specialty pharmacy services headquartered here in Pittsburgh. Recently, he stepped down as chairman and CEO of Panther Rare Pharmacy and transitioned to adjunct faculty status here at the School of Pharmacy after 34 years of proud faculty service. Prior to that, he had founded, developed, and monetized 7 various healthcare companies. He has published a number of textbook chapters and over 200 scientific papers and abstracts. He has received dozens of research and educational awards and grants, provided hundreds of invited lectures, and served on many national and international boards. Dr. Van Scoy is the recipient of the university's highest honor, the Distinguished Alumni Fellow. Gordon resides in Naples, Florida, with his wife of 34 years, Beth. They have 2 sons, Gannon and Gordon Jr., and most importantly, has a new granddaughter, Gianna. Aside from his devotion to his family, today his life's passion is fostering the success of young professionals and students. Gordon.
Thank you, Dean Crowboth. Welcome, faculty, administrators, staff, and beloved families of the students that are participating in today's white coat ceremony. Although today is dedicated to you, the students, we must not forget those who unselfishly sacrifice to enable their children a better way of life. A life transformed by an education and a profession that is respected, dignified, and secure. A few of you may be just like me, the first in a blue-collared family to attend college. Please allow me to reflect on my own personal and professional transformation. I think the first time my parents saw me in my white coat was when my dad was admitted to Presby Hospital, and I visited him as a pharmacy student directly after one of my experiential rotations. He was in his hospital bed, and my mom was at his side. Mom was always at his side. They nearly burst with pride, introducing me to every doctor and nurse that came into the room. You see, Dad had experienced a massive heart attack and subsequently had a tremendously enlarged heart. Sometimes I think Dad's heart was so big because it was unable to contain his immense pride and love. You see, Dad was a hard worker, a dedicated husband, and a great father who just wanted his family the opportunity to do better. My father passed in 2003, and my memories of him are only surpassed by those of my loving mother, who left a void in my world just 5 years ago. You see, my parents viewed the white coat as a symbol recognizing passage into a better way of life. A life of security, a life of using your mind instead of your hands. Although my parents are gone, I know they are present at today's ceremony, in the pride witnessed in the faces of the family here, in the renewed commitment of the faculty, and in every student's desire to succeed. I will never forget and will forever appreciate the love and sacrifice of George and Elizabeth Vanscoy. The White Coat Ceremony celebrates your evolution into a new phase of academic and professional life. Wear your coats with humility and pride, as everyone here today is certainly proud of you. You know, this year is a unique year, being a virtual event. Thank you for participating, and thank you for giving me the honor to pass it forward and support the School of Pharmacy and you as pharmacy students. God bless.
Thank you, Gordon. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the class of 2024 president, Abigail Stewart, known to us as Abby. Take it away, Abby.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 19th Annual Dr. Gordon Van Scoy White Coat Ceremony. My name is Abby Stewart, class president of the class of 2024. Thank you all for being with us today as we recognize the P1 class and the tangible beginning of our futures as pharmacy professionals. While our first semester looked different than previous years, the invaluable knowledge, skills, and ideals that this program offers have been instilled in all of us just the same. The Pitt School of Pharmacy has crafted a curriculum that in just one semester allowed us to participate in foundational courses, standardized patient care, experiential learning, and drug information research, all of which is made possible by the outstanding faculty here. Thank you all for your time, energy, and adaptability as we navigated a primarily remote semester. But our learning also transcended the classroom, with many students choosing from a variety of organizations offered by the school, exploring the countless avenues of pharmacy, and even forging some new friendships along the way. The white coats that we receive today symbolize our professional development and mark the commitment my colleagues and I are making to achieve our goals. We are so proud and excited to be celebrating this milestone today, and that is why on behalf of the P1 class, I would like to thank Dr. Gordon Van Scoy for his generosity and patronage in sponsoring this ceremony. With this gesture, he empowers all of us to further our professional development and pursue an active role in providing optimal patient care. This event is one that each of us will cherish these next 4 years and throughout our pharmacy careers. So Dr. Gordon Van Scoy, once again, thank you. As a student of pharmacy, I believe in the need to build and reinforce my professional identity that is founded on integrity, ethical behavior, and honor. As I embarked on my development in 2020, a year pervaded by the COVID-19 pandemic with its loss of lives and livelihoods, a national recognition of civil rights activism, and divisive politics, my pledge to inclusion, unprejudiced compassion, and equity is more important than ever.
This promise and the development of these core values will help ensure that I am true to the professional relationship I establish with my patients and all members of society. Integrity must be an essential part of my everyday life, and I must practice pharmacy with honesty and commitment to non-discriminatory service for all.
We honor the more than 2 million lives lost globally during the COVID-19 pandemic, the families that grieve these losses, and the sacrifices made by healthcare providers.
We honor those who have been and are affected by the consequent social implications of the pandemic, including anti-Asian racism, anti-Black racism, declining mental health, and economic recession.
We honor the unjust deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and countless other Black lives who died at the hands of discrimination and the racism embedded in our nation's policies, systems, and foundations.
We also recognize the nationwide political polarization amplified by the 2020 presidential election and the subsequent civic tension and uncertainty.
The healthcare and political systems have historically failed marginalized groups. We, as future pharmacists within this flawed system, will use our uniquely accessible role in healthcare and this oath to give all people a voice of hope, growth, and a place in a newly reformed system.
We do this as our duty to people of all religious beliefs, genders, sexualities, disabilities, and races, including Black people, Indigenous people, and people of color.
These students could absolutely not make I am so proud. Anyway, let me move on here, and let's take a moment to reflect on the words that these students said. This is the preamble to their oath of professionalism, and their words that they wrote, they developed a collage, are powerful. Let's take just a moment to reflect on that. Now you might understand why I think this class is so special. We're going to move on now, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Melissa Mcgivney. Melissa is well known to most of you, actually to all of the students, and certainly though not to necessarily the parents. She is a faculty member, and she is also the Associate Dean for Community Partnerships. And she has spent the last 2 days, and actually the last 3 weeks or so, leading the mass vaccination clinics that are going on over at the Peterson Event Center. Melissa, would you please share with us information about symbols?
Thank you, Dean Crowboth. Symbols are objects chosen to represent something such as a quality or an abstract idea. There are symbols associated with every profession. For medicine, it's the caduceus, and for law, it's the scales of justice. Pharmacy has many symbols, and I share only a few with you today, leaving out the arc symbol, the Eye of Horus, and many more. But I'll start with the mortar and pestle. The mortar and pestle has been identified with the pharmacy profession since antiquity and represents compounding, when pharmacists use it to pulverize and mix medicinal ingredients. And later this term, you'll be learning to use a mortar and pestle. The white coat that you get today is a powerful symbol of the professional responsibility that each of you is accepting today as a healthcare provider. Putting your white coat on today represents your passage into the pharmacy profession with all the responsibilities and opportunities associated with professionalism. The pharmacy profession is evolving from product-centered to patient-centered practice, as you all know I'm deeply passionate about. Today, with your white coat, you officially join the trusted pharmacists, the pharmacists and student pharmacists who did not let a pandemic stop them. And today, your white coat shows the world that you are a part of a life-saving profession, the ones who are crushing COVID with this vaccine. I ask that student pharmacists turn on your videos as you pin your own Pitt Pharmacy pin to your white coat. You now have another symbol, a Pitt Pharmacy pin. Wear it on your white coat as a symbol of your pride at being a part of the University of Pittsburgh School of Pharmacy. I love those smiles. And now we are moving to what we've all been waiting for, the awarding of white coats in alphabetical order. Students' bios will be read by various faculty members. While each bio is read, the student will turn on their video and put their white coat on for the audience. We will now begin with the presentation of white coats to the class of 2024. Our first reader is Dr. Catherine Rebich. Catherine?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you all. My name is Catherine Rebich, and I'm a faculty member and a pharmacist in the outpatient setting. I have the pleasure of working with this fantastic P1 class in their pharmacist patient care course. So let's go ahead and get started. P1s, I know you're ready. Lindsay Abenizio. Lindsay's hometown is Broomall, PA. My top strengths are empathy and leader, and I will personalize my education through pharmacy organizations, areas of concentration, electives, and volunteering in the community. I love drawing, painting, playing piano and guitar, cooking, and playing with my 2 dogs. Adideji Adiyija. Adideji comes to us from Coatesville, PA. 2 of my top strengths are achiever and consistency. I plan to personalize my education by pursuing an area of concentration and participating in leadership roles in pharmacy organizations. I enjoy learning French, playing basketball, and watching horror movies. Douglas Altavilla. Douglas comes from Pittsburgh and holds a BS in sports medicine from Mercyhurst University. I plan to utilize my strengths, achiever, and significance to complete ARCOs, participate in research and pharmacy organizations to discover my passion for my path in pharmacy. I was the valedictorian of my 2019 graduating class at Mercyhurst and played football. I enjoy spending time with family and friends. Maria Arlia. Maria is from Pittsburgh. I plan to use my top strengths of positivity and includer to personalize my education by completing special topics and participating in pharmacy organizations to develop my interests in pharmacy. I am a student ambassador for Pitt's Blue and Gold Society and earned the Girl Scout Gold Award. Haley Baxter. Haley's hometown is Stroudsburg, PA. 2 of my top strengths are restorative and consistency. I plan to complete the Global Health or Research ARCO, participate in extracurriculars and internships. I'm the recruitment director for Pitt Pharmacy's RX Floor Camp, and I play the euphonium in Pitt's Spring Orchestra. I enjoy playing the piano, reading, and aquascaping. Christopher Beiser. Christopher comes to us from Hummelstown, PA. 2 of my top strengths are context and discipline, and I plan to join the Pharmacy Business ARCO and participate in the Pitt Pharmacy investment portfolio to personalize my education. I am an Eagle Scout Award recipient and enjoy spending time with my family's 3 cats and cooking, especially German chocolate cake. Jabran Biswas. Jabran comes to us from Pittsburgh. 2 of my top strengths are analytical and significance. I plan to use my computer science and foreign language skills to improve treatment outcomes and join the pharmacoanalytics and global health ARCOs. I contributed to a computer vision tool for a Malawi hospital, and I enjoy playing chess and riding my bike. Brandon Bodner. Brandon is from North Huntington, PA. I will rely on my top strengths of achiever and learner to maximize all the opportunities during my journey to become a healthcare professional and discover the field of pharmacy I will pursue. At Pitt, I'm proud of my leadership roles in organizations and am an avid football and sports fan. Lauren Borda. Lauren's hometown is Yardley, PA. My strategy for personalizing my education is to utilize my strengths of adaptability and includer to pursue research and the global health ARCO opportunities to discover my passion in pharmacy. I volunteered for Habitat for Humanity and A Soldier's Hand. I love to dance, play golf, and instruct tennis. Lauren is one of our legacy students. Her mother, Cynthia Borda, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 1983. Seth Berkley. Seth comes to us from Friendsville, PA. Two of my top strengths are strategic and achiever, and I plan on personalizing my education through membership in QET and working closely with specialty pharmacies. I'm thankful for my wonderful classmates and their great collective sense of humor that is helping us all get through school. Emma Karak. Emma comes from Syracuse, New York. My top strengths include discipline and learner, and I plan to personalize my education through exploring pharmacy faculty areas of expertise to help me decide on my future pharmacy career path. I am the HIV/AIDS Initiative Chair for SNAFA, and I love cooking, spending time with family and friends, and watching Pitt athletics. Deandra Castle. Deandra is from East Brunswick, New Jersey. Two of my top strengths are learning and restoring. I plan to participate in the research ARCO and become involved in pharmacy organizations to broaden my experiences. I worked as a student researcher at Pitt's Vascular Medicine Institute, where I studied the physiological applications of two novel heme proteins. I'm a member of SIO, CPNP, and APHA, and I enjoy baking and painting. Joshua Catanzariti. Joshua's hometown is Elwood City, PA, and he holds a BS in biochemistry from Grove City College. Two of my top strengths are harmony and responsibility, and I plan to personalize my education by exploring our faculty members' practice areas and participating in pharmacy organizations. I'm an active musician and play in community bands, the clarinet, mellophone, and guitar. I enjoy traveling, NASCAR, and football. Alana Chen. Alana comes to us from Pittsburgh and holds a BS in biology from the University of Pittsburgh. My two top strengths are learning and developing, and I plan to personalize my education through electives, participating in pharmacy organizations, and working in a research lab. I worked in clinical oncology research at the Hillman Cancer Center for 2 years, and I enjoy hiking and traveling. Cindy Chen. Cindy comes from Princeton, New Jersey. Two of my top strengths are harmony and consistency, and I plan to explore different fields of pharmacy, such as industry and community pharmacy, participate in pharmacy organizations to discover my interests and learn more about the ARCOs. I volunteered at a sea turtle reserve in China, enjoy baking, and speak fluent Chinese. Joseph Chen. Joseph is from Cheshire, Connecticut. Two of my top strengths are teamwork and leadership, and I plan to personalize my education by participating in pharmacy organizations, professional electives, and events that broaden my skills and knowledge. I relax by listening to music, playing the cello, reading historical fiction, and I hope to complete a marathon. Amanda Chiravelli. Amanda's hometown is Butler, PA. I plan to utilize my top strengths, learner and achiever, to personalize my education by participating in pharmacy organizations, completing an ARCO, and enriching my education with specialized courses. I was a member of the Pitt Marching Band, volunteer in the community, and I love music, going to museums, and traveling. Jordan Serrallo. Jordan comes to us from Ellicott City, Maryland, and holds a BS in cell biology and genetics from the University of Maryland in College Park. Two of my top strengths are adaptability and harmony. I plan to personalize my education through special topics projects, involvement in pharmacy organizations, and pursuing the Pharmacotherapy Scholars ARCO. At Maryland, I was a member of the drumline and pep band, and I love reading, hiking, and hope to travel to every national park in the U.S. Next up, we have Dr. Lucas Berenbrock.
My name is Luke Berenbrock. I'm a faculty member here at the School of Pharmacy, and I teach P1 and P2 students clinical skills. I personalize medications for my patients by testing their DNA at the UPMC Primary Care Precision Medicine Clinic. Hannah Clark. Hannah comes from Randolph, New Jersey. Utilizing my top strengths of learning and focus, I plan to personalize my education by joining an area of concentration in research and participate in pharmacy organizations. I participated in service trips to West Virginia and Trenton, New Jersey, and I love days at the beach and traveling. Elizabeth Commune. Elizabeth is from Branchburg, New Jersey. Two of my top strengths are harmony and analytical. I plan to join pharmacy organizations that focus on my career interests and select P4 rotations that will help me expand my knowledge. I like to cook, bake, hang out with friends, and spend as much time as possible at the beach. Bethany Corey. Bethany's hometown is Rochester, New York. Two of my top strengths are achiever and individualization. I plan to personalize my education by completing an ARCO in pediatrics, global health, a special topics project, and participate in pharmacy organizations related to my interests. I serve as a volunteer for organizations at a summer camp. Julia Crumrine. Julia comes to us from Houston, PA. Two of my top strengths are learner and achiever. I plan to personalize my education by exploring pharmacy career options through our school's opportunities, including ARCOs, electives, and pharmacy organizations. I enjoy spending time with my family, golfing, hiking, skiing, running, and studying German. Julia is one of our legacy students. Her father, John Crumrine, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 1979. Benjamin Davic. Benjamin comes from Pittsburgh and has a minor in German from the University of Pittsburgh. Two of my top strengths that I truly identify with are ideation and strategic. I intend to personalize my education through a special topics project, the pediatric or research ARCO, and pharmacy organizations. I did research with Dr. Iyer. I'm an avid hockey player and a San Jose Sharks fan. I started playing chess and baking during COVID-19. Kaylee Davies. Kaylee is from Scranton, PA. Two of my top strengths are focus and communication, and I plan to complete an area of concentration and participate in pharmacy organizations to expand my pharmacy interests. I was in the Pitt Ballet Club, a mentor and program contributor for the Art Explorer program, and I love skiing, ballet, and cycling. Neha Duvliker. Neha's hometown is Bridgewater, New Jersey. Two of my top strengths are industrious and compassionate. I plan to personalize my education by seizing opportunities to learn about pharmacy areas through research, electives, and ARCO and pharmacy orgs. I volunteered for PittPharmacy's Art Explorer Summer Camp, serve as a project leader for Operation Immunization, and my hobbies include cooking, baking, and traveling. Kristen Deal. Kristen comes to us from Stoystown, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are restorative and consistency. I plan to complete an ARCO, become more involved in pharmacy organizations, and explore research opportunities with Pitt Pharmacy faculty. I'm in the Pitt Ice Cream Sundays Club, and I enjoy hiking and whitewater rafting with my family. Kristen is one of our legacy students. Her sister, Nicolette Deal, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 2018. Gabrielle Danello. Gabrielle comes from Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania, and holds a BS in biochemistry and a minor in psychology from the University of Pittsburgh at Greensburg. Two of my top strengths are achiever and futuristic. I will personalize my education by pursuing an area of concentration in pediatric pharmacy and volunteering at the Children's Hospital. I'm an avid writer and published one of my works in a Pitt magazine. I love baking, adventure, and visiting national parks. Caleb Doak. Caleb comes from Albany, New York. Two of my top strengths are disciplined and driven. I plan to personalize my education and focus on a research career by becoming involved in projects with PittPharmacy faculty. I feel that I am in an ideal place to shadow nationally recognized faculty and work with them on research. I'm a veteran who has served in the United States Army. Daniel Donaghy. Daniel is from Yardley, PA. My top two strengths are learning and responsibility, and I plan on pursuing the pharmacotherapy ARCO and participating in pharmacy organizations to fully realize my pharmacy interests. I'm in the Pitt Marching Band, and in high school, I was the assistant drum major and traveled to the Rose Bowl Parade and to Australia. Emily Drake. Emily's hometown is Monongahela, PA. Two of my top strengths are positivity and communication. To personalize my education, I plan to explore the PittPharmacy ARCOs, participate in pharmacy organizations. I enjoy craft events and walking my dog, Tutu. I was presented with the Create a Smile Champion Award from Eaton Park Corporation. Benjamin Dressman. Benjamin comes to us from Germantown, Maryland. Two of my top strengths are competition and achiever. I plan on personalizing my education by expanding my knowledge of the pharmaceutical sciences to forge my own path. I'm interested in improving my local communities who have given me so much, and I enjoy helping at Casa San Jose Community Center. I play music and play for the Pitt Club rugby team. Natalie Dermis. Natalie comes from North Huntington, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are futuristic and harmony. I plan to personalize my education by participating in PittPharmacy organizations, pursuing special topics, and completing an ARCO. I volunteered at a local nursing home, and I like to work out, bake, and travel. Natalie is one of our legacy students. Her aunt, Suzanne Cunning, graduated from PittPharmacy class of 1999. Taylor Tukowski. Taylor is from Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are dedicated and optimistic. I plan to participate in the CLIP ARCO, pharmacy organizations, and internship opportunities to personalize my education. I volunteer at Miracle League to help special needs people play baseball, and I enjoy spending time with friends and family. Emily Flynn. Emily's hometown is Oakdale, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are analytical and harmony. I plan to personalize my education by becoming more involved in pharmacy organizations, working on special topics with professors, and joining the pediatrics or global health ARCOs. I enjoy dancing, playing with my dog, and spending time with my friends and family. Samantha Frater. Samantha comes to us from Dunstable, Massachusetts. Two of my top strengths are individualization and intellection. I plan to personalize my education by joining a variety of pharmacy organizations, working with faculty members in research, and continue developing leadership skills. I volunteered for Habitat for Humanity in Pittsburgh, and I like hiking, reading, and embroidery. Julia Gleason. Julia comes from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Two of my strengths are responsibility and passion. My strategy for personalizing my education is to continue special topics in pharmacy research, become more involved in pharmacy organizations, and to pursue leadership roles. I completed special topics in the Poison Control Center during the pandemic. I love to stay active, travel, and spend time with my friends and family. Peter Grandel. Peter is from Westchester, Pennsylvania. I plan to use my top strength of adaptability to network with employers, faculty, and colleagues so that I can learn more about my pharmacy career paths. I will also utilize my strengths to communicate my ideas and to solve problems for our team-based projects and rotations. I am an environmentalist, love playing guitar, running, lifting, and skateboarding. Alan Shu Guo. Alan's hometown is Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are dependable and analytical, and I plan to apply them in pharmacy, research, internship experiences, and in interprofessional settings like the hospital pharmacy. I will also apply pharmacy law to my minor in legal studies. I have worked in research at Pitt and at Lehigh University. I love cooking, writing calligraphy, and folding origami. Dr. Prima Iyer will continue. Prima?
Thank you, Dr. Berenbrock. Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with you all on your special day. My name is Prema Iyer, an assistant professor at the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and I'm primarily involved in coordinating and teaching the biochemistry course for the P1 class. Ellen Holman. Ellen comes to us from Pittsburgh. Two of my top strengths are learning and analyzing, and I will personalize my education by seeking internship opportunities and participating in pharmacy organizations that align with my future goals. I love to travel and photograph the US, France, and England, and I enjoy reading, dancing, and have a passion for playing the piano and the trumpet. Michaela Hoke. Michaela comes from Mechanicsburg, PA. Two of my top strengths are determination and adaptability, and I plan to utilize my strengths to pursue new opportunities both in and out of the pharmacy school and work with my colleagues to ensure that I have acquired the experience to care for my patients. I enjoy spending time with friends, running, dancing, and being outside in nature. Jessica Hong. Jessica is from Fairfax, Virginia. Two of my top strengths are focus and maximizer, and I plan to seek shadowing and research opportunity with pharmacy faculty, participate in pharmacy organizations, and complete an ARCO to maximize my education. I participated in the PittPharmacy peer program, and I'm currently an editor for the Pitt capsule. I enjoy listening to music. Claire Howard. Claire's hometown is Rochester, New York. Two of my top strengths are communicator and positivity. To personalize my education, I plan to pursue unique internship experiences, become involved in pharmacy organizations, and work with faculty members on an ARCO. I exercise daily as I'm passionate about health and wellness, and I have also completed over 100 indoor cycling rides. Megan Hutar. Megan comes to us from Durham, New Hampshire. Two of my top strengths are competition and futuristic. I plan to personalize my education by completing an ARCO and pursuing leadership roles in pharmacy organizations. I have a passion for serving others, and I participated in a service trip on the Yakama Indian Reservation in Washington State. I enjoy hiking, paddleboarding, and listening to audiobooks. Joseph Jabir. Joseph comes from Eastern Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are positivity and adaptability. I want to apply learning to my professional development and seek to make the lives of others better. I enjoy spending time outdoors and want to travel the world. I look forward to gaining knowledge and creating innovation. Sharon Jayamohan. Sharon is from Mars, PA. Two of my top strengths are intellection and adaptability, and I plan to personalize my education through a pharmacy internship to gain experience and participate in pharmacy organizations. I was awarded the Presidential Gold Cup from the PA Federation of Music Clubs for many years of piano. I enjoy traveling, learning new instruments, and cooking for my friends and family. Ashley Kegarais. Ashley's hometown is Erie, PA. Two of my top strengths are learning and building relationships. I plan to personalize my education by applying to ARCOs and working with faculty members on special topics. I love to be active and play sports, and I'm a member of the Pitt Women's Club soccer team and pharmacy organizations. Dong Hui Kim. Donghui comes to us from Wexford, PA, and Seoul, South Korea. My two top strengths are strategic and analytical, and my strategy for personalizing my education is exploring career paths, especially in pharmacy industry and clinical pharmacy areas. I am in the Asian Student Alliance, the Behavior Economics Club, and during COVID quarantine, I learned cooking and stock market as new hobbies. Abigail Kita. Abigail comes from Montgomery, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are intellection and realtor, and I plan to personalize my education by joining organizations that help me gain leadership experience. I participated in several mission trips in the Pittsburgh area, helping underdeserved communities. I like to play the piano, create art, and travel with my friends. Madison Cornidis. Madison is from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are learning and strategic. I intend to personalize my PharmD education by exploring opportunities through pharmacy organizations, internships, and curricular experiences. I enjoy volunteering in Pittsburgh with the service organization Alpha Phi Omega, and I love to paint, knit, and embroider. Colin Kruzek. Colin's hometown is Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. I plan to use my top strengths of individualization and strategic to develop as a student leader and personalize my education by joining an ARCO and pharmacy organizations to discover my passion in pharmacy. I was a member of 412 Food Rescue, the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, and an active volunteer to fight food insecurity. Christina Lover. Christina comes to us from Monroeville, PA. Two of my top strengths are learner and achiever, and I plan on personalizing my education by participating in pharmacy organizations and exploring different pharmacy paths during P4 rotations. I love traveling, beach vacations, and spending time with my 2 cats and 3 dogs. Christina is one of our legacy students. Her sister, Victoria Lover, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 2019. Zachary Lawrence. Zachary comes from Fairfax, Virginia. Two of my top strengths are communication and competition, and I plan to personalize my education to find my true passion by exploring all pharmacy areas and joining an ARCO. I enjoy watching and playing football and baseball and exercising, and I taught myself how to cook and draw. Sydney Lee. Sydney is from Perkasie. Two of my top strengths are restorative and communication, and I plan to personalize my education through learning and taking advantage of opportunities within and outside of pharmacy and joining an ARCO. I am minoring in Spanish and love to write poetry and short stories and experiment with creative art such as sketching and painting. Victoria Lee. Victoria's hometown is Lower Merion, PA. I plan to engage my top strengths, communication and strategic, to utilize the diverse resources of our pharmacy school and participate in an ARCO that focuses on my interests. I am a Division I Ultimate Frisbee player, have completed over 300 hours of community service for Build On, and I love to explore new restaurants and local coffee shops. Emily Lung. Emily comes to us from Pittsburgh and holds a BS degree in biochemistry from Duquesne University. I hope to use my top strengths, includer and connectedness, to work with other healthcare professionals to improve patient care. I want to personalize my education through elective courses, special topics projects, and getting involved in pharmacy organizations. At Duquesne University, I was involved in undergraduate research. Ruth Lee. Ruth comes from Collegeville, PA. Two of my top strengths are developing and individualizing And my plan for personalizing my education is to network and shadow faculty, upperclassmen, and pharmacists, and participate in pharmacy organizations to learn about career paths in pharmacy. I enjoy doing art projects, baking, and creating and hosting events in my community. Dee Lynn. Dini is from Cleveland, Ohio. Two of my top strengths are responsibility and individualism. My strategy for personalizing my education is to work with PittPharmacy faculty on special topics and participate in pharmacy organizations to learn about pharmacy career paths. I fundraise for the Mercy Health Foundation that cares for underserved and enjoy cooking, baking, traveling, and spending time with my friends. Olivia Liu. Olivia's hometown is Philadelphia, PA. Two of my top strengths are empathy and responsibility. I plan to personalize my education by pursuing a pediatric area of concentration and take electives that expand my interests. I enjoy giving back to the community through volunteerism and love to Zumba, play the ukulele, and travel. Next up, Christine Schonder.
I'm Christine Schonder. I'm a clinical faculty here at the School of Pharmacy, and my clinical practice is in the area of solid organ transplant, where I care for kidney and liver transplant patients. I teach nephrology, immunology, and clinical skills in the second and third year of the curriculum. I'm also the coordinator for the immunization training program here at the School of Pharmacy, which for the very first time was offered to this year's first year pharmacy students with the class of 2024. Jacob Lombardi. Jacob comes to us from Pittsburgh. Two of my top strengths are strategy and competition. My plan for personalizing my education is to join an ARCO, potentially the research ARCO. I play the guitar, the trombone, and love tennis. I recently had a paper published in the journal Clinical Protocols in Neuroscience. Catherine McKay. Catherine comes from North Huntington, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are individualization and analytical. I plan to explore all pharmacy career paths and become a well-rounded member of my profession and contribute as our profession evolves. I'm a volunteer coach for special needs cheerleading, and I love traveling, lifting, and trying out new recipes. Catherine is one of our legacy students. Her mother, Kelly Janko, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 1994. Lauren Maurer. Lauren is from Doylesville, Pennsylvania. My plan is to personalize my education by using my top strengths of achiever and learner to discover my passion in pharmacy through research projects, special topics, completing an ARCO, and participating in pharmacy organizations. I'm a student researcher in an ALS lab in the School of Medicine, and I love traveling, running, and spending time with my family and friends. Delaney McCarthy. Delaney's hometown is Mars, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are achiever and futuristic. I plan to personalize my education by completing a special topics research project, an ARCO, and continuing to participate in pharmacy organizations. I enjoy volunteering in the community, traveling, hiking, playing piano, and reading. Catherine McGraw. Catherine comes to us from State College, Pennsylvania. Two of my strengths are dedication and leadership, and I plan on personalizing my education by joining pharmacy organizations and work with faculty on projects to discover my passion in pharmacy. I'm on the board for the club gymnastics team, as well as the P1 class representative for RX Prep. Caroline Mckenna. Caroline comes from Saratoga Springs, New York. Two of my top strengths are achiever and strategic. I plan to personalize my education by joining an ARCO, the Global Health or Pharmacotherapy Scholars Program, and discover new passions by joining pharmacy organizations. I am the president of the College Diabetes Network, and I love to play the ukulele, paint, and spend time with friends and family. Spencer Mclaughlin. Spencer is from Hermitage, PA. Two of my top strengths are adaptability and a desire to learn and grow. I plan to personalize my education by interning in different pharmacy areas and participating in pharmacy organizations. I enjoy reading, writing, cooking, and listening to records. My family, girlfriend, and cat mean the world to me and inspire me to work hard and achieve my goals. Anna McLinden. Anna's hometown is Pittsburgh. My two top strengths are achiever and passionate, and I intend to personalize my education by participating in research, holding a leadership role in pharmacy organizations, and joining the Geriatrics and Palliative Care ARCO. I received the KDKA Extra Achievement Award in 2018. Anna is one of our legacy students. Her sister, Megan McClendon, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 2019. Hannah Meek. Hannah comes to us from Pittsburgh. Two of my top strengths are loyalty and leadership. I plan to personalize my PharmD training by shadowing pharmacists and participating in pharmacy organizations to discover my pharmacy passion and refine my strengths. As an intern at Omnicell, I worked with launching a new IV compounding robot. And I'm involved in Crew, a Christian organization where I lead Bible studies and play the box drum. Alyssa Meckel. Alyssa comes from Westchester, PA, and holds a bachelor's degree in biological sciences with a minor in chemistry from the University of Pittsburgh. Two of my top strengths are achiever and developer, and I plan to personalize my PharmD education by being involved in student organizations and working collaboratively with my peers and professors to raise awareness and improve resources for mental health and well-being. I enjoy exploring Pittsburgh's small local coffee shops and my dance training. Anthony Menard. Anthony is from Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. Two of my strengths are critical thinking and problem solving. I plan to personalize my education by joining an ARCO, participating in a research project in pharmacy organizations, and interacting with faculty members and students. I enjoy spending time outside, exercising, cooking, and learning about investing. Anthony is one of our legacy students. His brother, Andrew Menard, and sister-in-law, Lindsay Fakit Menard, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 2014. Ian Montelius. Ian's hometown is Jim Thorpe, PA. Two of my top strengths are communication and adaptability, and I plan to personalize my education through the many opportunities at PittPharmacy to discover my pharmacy career path and develop knowledge to provide the best patient care. I am a Pitt Pathfinder, an RX ambassador, work as a whitewater rafting river guide, and love to play soccer and work out. Lisa Montgomery. Lisa comes to us from Jameson, Pennsylvania. I plan to use my strong will, self-determination, and versatility to accomplish personal goals and foster my deep sense of caring and consideration for others. I plan to personalize my education through internship positions and continue to participate in global health missions to get real-world experience. I enjoy running, skiing, and being involved in my church community. Arjun Narayan. Arjun comes from Falls Church, Virginia. Two of my top strengths are input and empathy. My strategy for personalizing my education is to pursue the things I'm curious about to discover my pharmacy interests. I enjoy listening to music, going to concerts, spending time with my dog, drinking copious amounts of coffee while blankly staring at my week at a glance. Ethan Nguyen. Ethan is from Harleysville, Pennsylvania, and holds a bachelor's degree in bioengineering from Temple University. I plan to use my top strengths, communication and consistency, to become more involved in pharmacy organizations and learn more about the evolving field of pharmacy and serve my community. At Temple, I led an engineering senior design team to develop a tumor angiogenesis model. I'm a soccer fan, enjoy listening to music, an avid traveler, having visited 18 countries. Emily O'Connor. Emily's hometown is Pittsburgh. My two top strengths are positivity and flexibility, and I plan to personalize my education by participating in pharmacy organizations, obtaining a leadership position, and working with faculty members to explore ways to serve the community. I serve with Special Olympics young athletes and enjoy staying active with friends and family. Abigail Periola. Abigail comes to us from Collegeville, PA. Two of my top strengths are restorative and achiever. I plan to personalize my PharmD education by joining the CLIP or Global Health ARCOs and continue my involvement with several Pitt Pharmacy organizations. I am an active volunteer through the Pitt Serves and UPMC Shadyside. Lauren Farr. Lauren comes from Latrobe, PA. My two top strengths are deliberative and strategic. I plan to personalize my education through my pharmacy internship and joining the CLIP ARCO. I worked at the UPMC Children's Hospital Research Center, and I enjoy art museums, love creating art as a part of my studio arts minor, and enjoy reading and spending time with family and friends. Lauren is one of our legacy students. Her mother, Ali Giampolo Farr, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 1992. Theodore Pierfy. Theodore is from Easton, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are developer and positivity. I plan to personalize my education through different pharmacy internships and focus my electives to determine my pharmacy career path. I enjoy playing the guitar. Victoria Pinkowski. Victoria's hometown is Pittsburgh. I plan to utilize my top strengths of focus and achiever to personalize my education by joining the Global Health ARCO and participating in pharmacy organizations to become more involved in the Pitt Pharmacy community and serve the local population. I love focusing on health from a holistic perspective, preparing and cooking healthy meals, and exploring nature. Next up is Dr. Sharon Corey.
Hello, everyone. I'm Assistant Dean of Students, and I had the great pleasure of teaching your class, all of you, in the P1 Anatomy and Physiology course. I will see you again next year, the P2 year in the GI and Nutrition course, and in the P3 year in the Critical Care and Nephrology course. Kayla Polakovic. Kayla comes to us from Pittsburgh. Two of my top strengths are restorative and empathy, and I will use these strengths to personalize my education by participating in pharmacy organizations, working with faculty members on special topics, or joining an ARCO. I enjoy biking, journaling, and in the future, I hope to travel to Australia and other destinations. Ryan Ponticelli. Ryan comes from Bensalem, Pennsylvania, and holds a BS degree in biological sciences with minors in chemistry and Mediterranean art and archaeology from the University of Pittsburgh. My top strengths are education and communication. I plan to personalize my education by doing research and participating in pharmacy organizations. I did research on a mutant protein that is linked to a rare neurodegenerative disorder. My hobbies include powerlifting, hammocking, and playing darts. Connor Quinter. Connor is from Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are adaptability and harmony. I plan to personalize my education by pursuing an ARCO and working with faculty on special topics to determine the area of pharmacy I want to pursue. I enjoy skiing, weightlifting, and playing soccer and basketball with friends. Ragini Rangan. Ragini's hometown is Lake Zurich, Illinois. Two of my top strengths are discipline and consistency, and I plan on personalizing my education by applying to the Business Administration ARCO and getting involved in many pharmacy organizations. I'm a founding member of the Alpha Zeta chapter of Sigma Delta Tau, and my favorite sport is Muay Thai and Thai boxing. Rose Ratner. Rose comes to us from Pittsburgh and holds a BS degree in public health from the University of Maryland. Two of my top strengths are positivity and learner. I plan to join an ARCO and become involved in leadership roles in pharmacy organizations and pursue a fulfilling and dynamic career. I enjoy spending time with family, cooking, running, traveling, and watching sunrises and sunsets at the beach. Rose is one of our legacy students. Her great-grandfather, Philip Hoffman, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 1918. Rena Reed. Rena comes from Rochester, New York. Two of my top strengths are consistency and restorative. While applying to ARCOs, electives, special topics, and internships, I pledge to commit to knowledge, growth, inclusivity, and take all opportunities to expand my learning and one day help the underserved. I am on the Diversity Inclusion Committee and an RX ambassador. I love to sing and bake, and I helped coordinate a peaceful Black Lives Matter protest for my city with the solidarity of hundreds of people. Salvatore Richetti. Salvatore is from Cranberry Township, PA. Two of my top strengths are attentive and responsible. I plan to personalize my education by joining pharmacy organizations and gaining additional experience outside the classroom, working as a pharmacy intern and volunteering. I ran a Pittsburgh half marathon and I play the guitar. Erin Roberts. Erin's hometown is Union, New Jersey, and she holds a BS in biology from Fairleigh Dickinson University. Two of my top strengths are analytical and consistency, and I plan to personalize my education by participating in pharmacy organizations to discover my pharmacy passion and pursue an area of concentration. I was a member of my high school's marching band. I play the clarinet, and I enjoy reading books, baking, painting, and traveling. Carolyn Ross. Carolyn comes to us from Rockville Center, New York. Two of my top strengths are empathy and ideation. I plan to personalize my education through internship opportunities, elective courses, participating in an ARCO program, and intern and pharmacy organizations, and shadowing pharmacists. I helped with the Pitt Dance Marathon fundraising for the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. Matthew Roth. Matthew comes from Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are strategic and analytical, and I will personalize my education by participating in pharmacy organizations, taking electives to discover my interests within pharmacy, and working in the community. I have a 3rd degree black belt in Tung Soo Do. I am an Eagle Scout, and I play the saxophone. Shay Roth. Shay is from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are futuristic and achiever, and I plan to take advantage of all the opportunities here at PittPharmacy to gain experiences and skills that I can use and implement in my future career. I serve as a class representative and RA and serve as a student ambassador where I mentor international students. Haley Raup. Haley's hometown is Milton, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are responsibility and deliberative. I'm excited to continue my involvement in Operation Diabetes, develop my healthcare knowledge, and continue my mission as a pharmacist for healthy families. I love hiking, fishing, camping in the forest, and renovating homes. My favorite project was a complete bathroom remodel where we took the room down to the studs and rebuilt it in one weekend. William Rumsick. William comes to us from Plum, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are achiever and responsibility. I plan to personalize my education by keeping every door open and taking advantage of the various organizations, professors, and internship opportunities. I love anything related to sports, the beach, and enjoy helping others accomplish their goals. William is one of our legacy students. His father, Bill Rumsick, graduated from our pharmacy school in the class of 1994, and his sister, Sarah Rumsick, graduated in 2019. Costin Santelmo. Costing comes from New Waterford, Ohio. Two of my top strengths are analytical and context. I plan to personalize my PharmD education by joining the pediatric ARCO and participating in pharmacy organizations. I worked on a pharmacogenetics program at the hometown pharmacy, and I am an avid outdoorsman and fisherman. And each year I go to central Pennsylvania for trout season. Jocelyn Schmersall. Jocelyn is from Beaver, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are restorative and responsibility, and I plan to personalize my education by pursuing an area of concentration and different internships. I played the piano for a variety of student performances, was a music director for multiple shows with student organizations and Pitt's Theater Department. Megan Schwartz. Megan's hometown is Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are communication and empathy, and I plan to personalize my education by participating in pharmacy organizations. Since my parents are pharmacists, I have had unique learning experiences and networking opportunities. I calculated cost savings for insulin vials versus pens at a hospital pharmacy, and I enjoy sewing, writing, and baking. Olivia Sees. Olivia comes to us from Milton, PA. Two of my top strengths are that I am a relator and restorative. I plan to personalize my PharmD education by taking advantage of pharmacy organizations to explore my interests and network with professionals and gain knowledge and real-world experience through my internship at Geisinger Medical Center. I love to work out. Lydia Sheehan. Lydia comes from New Hope, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are relator and restorative. I will personalize my education by seizing all the opportunities through pharmacy organizations, research, and clinical experience. I volunteer through Pitt Serves, the VA hospital, and participated in a mission trip to Belize to promote education for underserved populations. Anna Schubert. Anna is from Irwin, Pennsylvania. Two of my strengths are communication and competition. I plan to personalize my education by working with and learning from faculty members in their areas of expertise and pursue leadership opportunities in pharmacy organizations. My favorite hobbies are lifting, skiing, and singing, and I was in the Pitt Women's Chorale Ensemble. Catherine Smith. Catherine's hometown is Stowe, Massachusetts. Two of my top strengths are includer and harmony, and I plan to employ these to personalize my education by joining the Research Article and explore my interest in improving health in underserved communities. I'm a Pitt Pathfinder, an RX ambassador, a dog sitter for Step at Pitt, where we train service dogs, and I am involved in the musical theater club here at Pitt. The next presenter is Dr. Tom Nolan.
Thank you, and hello, everybody. I'm Tom Nolan. I'm a researcher in the School of Pharmacy, focusing on patients with kidney disease and the effect of kidney disease on pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. I also have the pleasure of coordinating Anatomy and Physiology 2, which you are all in now, and I'll be seeing you very soon when I begin teaching the renal block. Bryce Snedeker. Bryce comes to us from Enola, Pennsylvania. Two of my top strengths are harmony and analytical. I plan on personalizing my education by gaining experience in all fields of pharmacy to find the one that best fits my strengths and interests. I'm co-founder and vice president of the Music Production Club at Pitt. Yoo-Hyun So. Yoo-Hyun comes from Seoul, South Korea. Two of my top strengths are deliberative and analytical. My strategy to personalize my education is to actively participate in pharmacy organizations, network, and join an ARCO. I am bilingual and I love traveling and reading. Sydney Staywars. Sydney is from Johnstown, PA. Two of my top strengths are communicator and relator. I plan to personalize my education through my internship and by utilizing opportunities to explore different areas of pharmacy, where I can communicate and work with diverse patient populations. I enjoy meeting new people, trying new foods, traveling to new places, yoga, and interior design. Abigail Stewart. Abigail's hometown is Mars, PA. I plan to refine my strengths, communicator and restorative, to personalize my education by joining pharmacy organizations, completing an ARCO in geriatric or ambulatory care, and as class president to grow as a communicator, leader, and advocate. I participated in a mission trip to underserved communities in Kentucky, Pitt stages musical theater in the women's fitness group. Molly Stockwell. Molly comes to us from Lebanon, New Jersey. Two of my top strengths are discipline and harmony. I plan to personalize my education by participating in special topics research and pharmacy organizations to pursue my interests, develop leadership skills, and serve and educate others. I love cooking, painting, and yoga, and I'm looking forward to traveling once the pandemic is under control. Emily Stuck. Emily comes from Middleburg, PA. Two of my top strengths are a strong work ethic and self-motivated. I want to work in an environment where I have the ability to build relationships with patients and have a positive impact on the community I serve. I enjoy shopping, yoga, and spending time with friends and family. Rachel Sweetle. Rachel's from Coriopolis, PA. Two of my top strengths are learning and achieving. I plan to personalize my education by exploring my interests and academic inclinations through elective courses, pharmacy organizations, and joining an ARCO in Pharmacy Business Administration, or CLIP. I enjoy cooking, reading, skiing, traveling, tutoring, and working as a youth soccer referee. Rhea Tipnis. Rhea's hometown is Chester Springs, PA. Two of my top strengths are achiever and arranger. I plan on personalizing my education by building relationships with professors and mentors and joining pharmacy organizations to learn about career opportunities and completing the research ARCO. I currently work in a research lab studying ALS disease, and I love traveling, cooking, and spending time with my dog. Elena Unlu. Elena comes to us from Rochester, New York. Two of my top strengths are empathy and adaptability. I plan to personalize my PharmD education by participating in pharmacy organizations and working with faculty members to learn about the opportunities for a PharmD to serve my community. I love traveling, exploring new places, and boating and jet skiing on the lake with family and friends. Kyle Volker. Kyle comes from Wheaton, Illinois. Two of my top strengths are logic and problem solving. I plan to personalize my education by joining organizations and striving to take opportunities to make an impact on underserved populations. I play the guitar, work on cars and motorcycles, and enjoy traveling. Nidhi Vadati. Nidhi is from Pittsburgh. I hope to utilize my top strengths of significance and futuristic to gain from my experience in pharmacy school and to personalize my education by joining an ARCO and participating in pharmacy organizations. I enjoy volunteering in the community. I'm on the executive board of SNAFA, and I am editor for the Pitt Capsule. Emily Widener. Emily's hometown is Pittsburgh. Two of my top strengths are achiever and discipline. I plan to personalize my education by joining the Pharmacotherapy Scholars ARCO and pharmacy organizations that have a focus on clinical pharmacy. I was a member of the Pitt Women's Chorale Ensemble, and I enjoy trying new local restaurants and gardening. Annie Wyand. Annie comes to us from Phoenixville, PA. I plan to personalize my education by utilizing my strengths, discipline, and developer, and join pharmacy organizations to discover my interests and build strong relationships with faculty members and fellow classmates. I love watching and playing sports and traveling. I was a state champion softball player and won the Academic Athletic Student Scholar Award. Luke Williams. Luke comes from Martinsburg, PA. I plan to make the most of my strengths of developer and learner to personalize my education through the CLIP or the business ARCOs and participating in pharmacy organizations that impact Pittsburgh communities. I participated in mission trips to urban areas. I love sports, music, and traveling, and I plan to visit every state. Luke is one of our legacy students. His cousin, Chelsea Clar D'Alessandro, graduated from our pharmacy school class of 2014. Tiffany Young. Tiffany is from Natrona Heights, PA. Two of my top strengths are input and context. I will personalize my education by shadowing professors to learn about their research and attend pharmacy organization events to explore my career options and find one that allows me to apply my strengths. I volunteer at my local parish and I love drawing and singing. Tyler Zuhuric. Tyler's hometown is Pittsburgh and he holds a BS in molecular biology from the University of Pittsburgh. Two of my top strengths are learner and input. I plan to gather information through extracurricular activities in pharmacy organizations like the CPNP so I can discover the career path that will work best for me. I was a biology tutor and received a scholarship for a short study abroad in southern Japan. Michael Zatkos. Michael comes to us from Buffalo, New York. Two of my top strengths are leader and deliberative. I plan on personalizing my education by joining an ARCO, and I look forward to meeting the pharmacy faculty and students in person. I'm a member of the PittPharmacy investment portfolio, and I collaborated on the published article, Emerging Roles of Pharmacists. I enjoy fishing, boating, golfing, reading, investment, and spending time with friends and family. Tina Zhang. Tina comes from Macungie, PA. Two of my top strengths are harmony and restorative. I plan to personalize my education through electives, special topics, joining an ARCO, and participating in pharmacy organizations to meet others with similar interests. I coach tennis and love photography, dancing, playing tennis, and hanging out with friends. Tina is one of our legacy students. Her sister Rose Zhang graduated from PittPharmacy in the class of 2019. Lingyu Zhao. Lingyu is from San Jose, California, and holds a BS in pharmacological chemistry from the University of California at San Diego. Two of my top strengths are flexibility and adaptability. I plan to join pharmacy organizations to determine my pharmacy interest and dedicate myself to pursuing that interest. I helped publicize one of the largest student-run dance competitions in Southern California, and I volunteer in a youth orchestra that serves elderly in care homes. I am passionate about art and spent a semester abroad in Rome studying historical art and literature. Mary Zhuang. Mary's hometown is Collegeville, PA. Two of my top strengths are learning and discipline, and I plan to utilize these qualities to personalize my education by exploring research opportunities, develop collaborations with pharmacy faculty, and participating in pharmacy organizations to develop my academic interests. I enjoy listening to music and podcasts, and I am classically trained in piano and viola, and I look forward to traveling. Now, please join me in congratulating the Doctor of Pharmacy class of 2024.
And let me add my congratulations also. Terrific. So I would like to simply share with anyone who's watching now that some of the videos did not transmit to YouTube. The Zoom recording is excellent. Everything worked beautifully. And so at some point, not immediately after the ceremony, this will be fixed so that you will have the ability to see the complete ceremony. It is now my pleasure to introduce the president of the PittPharmacy Alumni Society Board, Amanda Koronowski. Dr. Koronowski has a PharmD and a Master's of Health Administration, and she's a member of the class of 2011. Today, actually, I think she's a member of the class of 2012 because our clock in the Commons has the 12, and it was her class who I believe donated that. At any rate, Dr. Koronowski is also the managing director of the Pittsburgh Poison Center of UPMC, which responds to over 150,000 calls annually on a 24/7 basis. They take in calls from 44 counties. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Dr. Koronowski has directed the daily operations for the Allegheny County Health Department regarding COVID-19, in addition to the regular operations. So today, she addresses us not as a faculty member, but as the president of the Pitt Pharmacy Alumni Society Board.
Thank you and good afternoon. It is truly an honor for me to have the chance to welcome the Pitt Pharmacy class of 2024 to our profession. You should be very proud of yourselves for the hard work, dedication, and commitment that it's taken to get to this point in your education. You have undoubtedly made many sacrifices, and there may be more to come. But trust me, the next 3.5 years are going to fly by, and it'll all be worth it in the end. I hope that as you try on your white coat for the first time, you recognize its significance. Not only are you entering a profession known for its integrity, ethics, and high levels of public trust and respect, but that navy and gold embroidered patch means that you've now joined one of the best schools of pharmacy in the country. I know that you've missed out on the typical start to your pharmacy school education, but know that the distance between us today doesn't mean that we're any less connected. Upon graduation, you'll be joining an impressive network of thousands of highly dedicated pharmacists in various fields of practice. Educating our patients and other healthcare providers about appropriate medication use and identifying and correcting medication-related problems helps many individuals live healthier and more fulfilling lives. I wanted to keep my comments brief today, but similarly to the interactions that you will have with your patients someday, even the shortest amount of time can make a difference. So I hope that my remarks have adequately expressed how happy we are for what will be the next generation of Pitt Pharmacy graduates. So again, on behalf of the Pitt Pharmacy Alumni Society and Board, congrats to the class of 2024 and hail to Pitt Pharmacy.
Thank you, Dr. Koronowski. Hello, my name is Dr. Rhea Bowman, and I am the Director of Communications for the School of Pharmacy. I am a Pitt Pharmacy graduate who also holds a Bachelor of Arts in English Writing from the University of Pittsburgh. In my current role, I manage the communications and branding for the School of Pharmacy. During my time as a student at the School of Pharmacy, I served as a class officer, elected to represent my class each year for 4 years in a row. As a class officer and as a pharmacy student, I played an active role in my own white coat ceremony, and I remember it fondly. Today, it is my distinct privilege to introduce the Pledge of Professionalism, read by the class of 2024. Thank you.
We, as the students of the class of 2024, are the future of the pharmacy profession and will continue to grow academically, professionally, and personally these next 4 years and beyond.
To accomplish this goal of professional development and to uphold values integral to healthcare reform, I, as a student of pharmacy, will
recognize my privilege, power, and position in healthcare institutions and beyond. I will use my status as a student professional to challenge the status quo and support the advancement of policies that create equitable pharmacy-based care.
Advocate for patients and community health by leveraging this privilege to be a better ally, one qualified and willing to contribute to the well-being of all people.
Commit to identifying and dismantling healthcare policies that perpetuate stereotypes, bias, and discrimination.
Educate myself and others on prevalent events and issues, and adjust practices to proactively improve the climate in the current world. By improving my cultural literacy, I am better equipped to provide quality care to all patients.
Develop a sense of loyalty and duty to our commitment as pharmacy professionals by being a builder of an inclusive and equitable community, one who enthusiastically accepts the responsibility and accountability bestowed on my profession by the public.
Foster professional competency through lifelong learning. I must continually develop cultural humility to cultivate respectful, trusting, and comfortable relationships with patients. I must strive for high ideals, teamwork, and unity within the profession to provide optimal patient care.
Incorporate into my life and practice dedication to inclusive excellence. This will require an ongoing reassessment of my personal and professional values.
Support my colleagues by actively encouraging
personal commitment to the code of ethics as set forth by the profession and to the principles of unprejudiced care as outlined in this document. Only by holding my coworkers and the overall healthcare system accountable can I truly be dedicated to excellence.
The profession of pharmacy is one that demands adherence to a set of ethical standards. These high ideals are necessary to ensure the quality of care extended to the patients I vow to serve.
As a student of pharmacy, this does not start with graduation. Rather, it begins with my membership in this university, community, and society.
Therefore, I must strive to uphold these ideals and standards as I advance toward full membership in the profession of pharmacy.
Well, this has been a remarkable afternoon, and I extend my really sincere congratulations to the members of this historic class of 2024. You've reached a white coat milestone in the transition to becoming pharmacists. We've been professional all afternoon, and now it's time to find that balance and have some fun. So student pharmacists, turn on your cameras and celebrate to the Pitt Victory Song. Congratulations. Faculty and staff, please join us.